And 3, 2, 1. Good evening, guys, and welcome to another YouTube, well, one of my YouTubes on food. So, you may not be able to see this, however, it is beautiful. So, I want to talk to you briefly about something called salads. So, bear with me whilst we spin the head round and check the social media content as well. But guys, whilst I'm distracting you with my wonderful healthy options here, I want to talk to you about your salad options. Now, a lot of people don't use courgettes, aubergines, squash in their food because, well, we generally don't. So, excuse me, with that in mind, I want to ask you the question as to why you don't use these foods. That is the question, right? And one of the answers that you need to, shall we say, come out from that question that you're trying to ask yourself. Courgettes, but more exclusively, but not specifically. Butternut squash and aubergines, to a point, but definitely the squash, have more potassium and magnesium, as well as iron, fiber, vitamin C. Why is this crucial? It's winter in the northern hemisphere, and like me, some people suffer from a little bit of we don't call it depression, but seasonal affective disorder, or sometimes known as you just feel blue. Not because we are depressed, but because our immune system is being taxed by the lack of sunlight. You get tired, work feels like it's pressurizing you, and your cortisol levels rise. So, you can combat this with your foods. Did you know that? FYI. You soon will. Anyway, those foods are for a completely different video, which we're going to do on the weekend, by God's grace. Thank you, Father. I had to put it in. Meanwhile, I want to talk to you about your salads and your salad options. So, we have here crunchy Asian salad, serves 4. Hopefully, I will make this in the new year and I will let you know how it goes, possibly before, if we have a white Christmas. There's a hint there. For this crunchy Asian salad, you peel carrots and cut them into matchsticks, place in a bowl, thinly slice the radishes and add this to the carrots. Fairly simple. Add the pepper, beans and cabbage. Whisk together the salt, vinegar and sugar and pour over the vegetables, coating thoroughly. Now this is a cold salad. However, if like me, in the winter, you want it hot, you can literally steam these vegetables, not for too long, because the pepper ideally shouldn't be placed in until you've steamed the other vegetables, in my opinion. But guys, this comes out at something of around, I would say, between 80 and 150 calories, depending on how much of the salad you eat, because there is carbohydrate in this to a point. But more importantly, we're looking at the fiber content, which helps to feed your gut microbiome. We'll deal with that at a later date, right? Fennel, radish, and orange salad. Definitely high vitamin C. I expect has got quite a lot of iron in. Very good for combating fatigue, and I expect has a dose of zinc and some other essential vitamins and minerals. We'll see, right? Anyway, ingredients: fennel, the bulb. We're just going to get rid of that advert because we don't want him talking, do we? Right. 1 fennel, medium size, 1 orange, cut, just segmented, nice and easy. 1/2 a bunch of radishes, finely chopped. 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, optional, balsamic if you want to. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, not too much salt, guys. Black pepper, ideally cracked or peppercorn, not the other one, because it's better for your body, in my opinion. Right, the way to create it, simple. Halve the core and fennel bulb, halve it. Halve it, basically cut in half and take the middle out. Yeah, like you would an onion. If you're doing the middle of an onion or pepper, the middle comes out, right? Don't want that bit in there. Remove the outer leaves and slice very finely. Tip into a bowl. Peel the orange and remove any of the pith, otherwise known as the seeds. Holding it over the fennel bowl, cut the orange segments and add to the fennel. Finally, slice the radishes. Whisk together the vinegar and the olive oil with a little seasoning. Add chives, possibly a bit of rosemary, thyme, tarragon if you want to add some, it's not spices, if you want to add some herbs. Herbs, FYI, also have antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties, which help to calm your central nervous system and make you less anxious and tired, generally speaking. So, makes you smile more. It's that simple. Serve with rice noodles if you want. You can throw some crushed nut, macadamias, pecans, pine nuts as well if you want. Otherwise, try and keep it low carb, guys. These foods are also part of what we call the Fodmap. 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 Now, this is important because a lot of people out there suffer from IBS, IBD, which is worse, you don't want that one, irritable bowel disease, or low-grade bowel inflammation, or digestive tract issues, whereby some people, when they're eating, can cause, wind to accumulate, because what happens if you are not eating the right foods, your body can sometimes not tolerate or process all the way down into the intestine down here, into this area, cannot sometimes process it. And if it doesn't process correctly, what tends to happen is you have food which is undigested and it creates gas. Your body sometimes creates sulfur gas, sometimes it creates other dioxins, which are forms of farting, flatulence, passing wind, gas. Sorry guys, that's the truth. But if you need to know this, if you even got this issue, then you need to reach out, because I'll be honest, I have in the past suffered from such issues because of I had IBS. So if you do have these issues, you need to look at your salad intake, hot and cold vegetables. You need to look at the cooking methods, the oils you use, because some of them are inflammatory, which means it's creating acids in the stomach lining, which irritate what is either not a tear, but cellular damage on the colon, the large intestine. When you have these problems, basically, you have eroded some cells in your body. When you erode cells in your body, you become, your bowel becomes irritable, and that means that your colon might not necessarily be able to actually digest everything all the way down to the cellular fiber that you have decided to eat. So your burger with your red onions and white onions, all of that might leave a little bit, 10% of that food undigested, which causes a blockage, which causes air to get compressed around it, potentially, and there you go, you fart. Sorry guys to end on that one per se, but this is just coming to me because this is just a video I've got to put out there for anyone who has and will ever suffer from passing wind. It's that simple. So guys, apart from that, what I want you to focus on, right, because of these more of a modern issue as well, because of the E numbers, the flavorings, preservatives, the oils, the modern cooking methods, and the fact that a lot of people rush their foods. What I want you to focus on is actually slowing down, drinking a bit of water with your meal, and try and have less acidic foods. Try, if you can, to have less carbohydrate, because if you do have a sensitive stomach or your gut microbiome is not healthy and balanced, this can actually cause acids to rise in your bloodstream and cause more problems with your body. It's that simple. I just want to say a shout out to the guys from Zoe Nutrition and Science, because guys, I'm inspired by your work and I give God all the glory for what you guys are doing out there, and hopefully when I tag you in this, you will see it so we can work together in the future. Just a quick one. And there you are, guys. Now, I know I've rambled on enough, so if anyone has any questions on what vegetables to eat because you don't quite know what to do, there you go. Drop me a line, and that's it. I just want to say thank you to the man upstairs for making me do this content, because I've been a bit lazy for the last few weeks. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, if you like my content, like, share, subscribe to the Wacky PT, and I'll see you soon. Shalom.